Now, from Nebraska's trusted news source, this is Channel 8 News at 5.
News tonight, how does the Lincoln Airport compete during these tough economic times?
Plus, we'll have some ideas and fun things to do this weekend. But first...
attention all nurses. You could get some of your student loan paid off. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us on this Friday evening. Megan has the night off. It's no secret. In nearly every part of Nebraska, there is a shortage of nurses.
And that's why the state is offering a new incentive to help recruit and retain providers in rural and underserved areas. And it comes in the form of helping you pay off your student loans. I spoke with those in the medical field about what this could mean for them. The Department of Health and Human Services is now offering an incentive program for BSN, up to $100,000 of student loan repayment.
We are funding bachelor's level nurses, so BSN, and that no matching funds are required for the awards. Usually it's a 50-50 match between the state and the site, so that's a good opportunity.
There are a few requirements for those who apply.
It's important to note that for nurses, as well as being the BSN level for the program, they also need to be at a NHSC approved site or a nonprofit site located in a federal primary care shortage area.
The areas of need are not just rural areas, as some are located in Cass and Lancaster counties.
Programs like this are really there to help the new graduate nurses coming out with the debts that they do have, to make their decisions on where their best fit is. Is it in a hospital setting? Is it in a rural setting? Is it within their own community?
Those in nursing programs like this typically have a 1 to 2 year commitment. And for those who get their nursing degree, they know it's not cheap to get that diploma.
So they would have roughly $75,000 for 2 years. That is an estimated cost of attendance. And that's going to include everything from the gas to drive to and from the different clinical agencies. So to have a program where it would forgive loans would allow students to maybe not work as much while they're in the program to help pay for things as they go, which would give them more time to study.
DHHS has received at least 50 applications so far that are still under review. Again, this is the first time they have extended it for BSN, and they are exploring the idea of extending it to another nursing profession.
We are also working on working with DHHS, working on an initiative for schools, our students, to learn more about the role of school nurse and what will that entail. So stay tuned for that.
Very interesting. I like that. Stay tuned. And Ariana, this can be for a current nursing student to think about, or someone who's been in the business for years, right?
Rod, that's right. And guess what? You don't even have to have been going to school here in Nebraska. You just have to work here.
That's right. We have more information on our web, right?
Yes. And if you're interested in applying or would like to learn more about it, the link can be found on our website, klkntv.com, under this story. And across the country, smaller airports have had a tough time convincing airlines to bring their business to town.
According to the Wall Street Journal, at least 30 airlines have lost half of their business since 2019. Is this something we're seeing here in Lincoln? Yosef Nasser joins us now with more on that. Yosef?
As a matter of fact, Rod, it is. Lincoln Airport was one of the airports featured in that Wall Street Journal article. And yes, their departures are down by 50% since the pandemic. Increase in fuel prices and the pilot shortage are only exacerbating the issue. Earlier in the month, L&K announced that the airport was bringing in a direct flight to Houston, made possible by a $3 million investment by the city of Lincoln and Lancaster County.
Small communities are really struggling with air service, whether it's keeping their current air service, enticing new airlines to come in. It's a struggle. We all know what happened with the pandemic, and so we've been slowly recovering. We're still 50% down, but Houston will definitely help bring those numbers up a little bit.
The hope is that the addition of the Houston airline will help bring business close to where it was before the pandemic. One of the things that smaller airports can do to convince more airlines to fly with them is show those higher passenger numbers. The hope is that flights to Houston will help convince more airlines to come to town. Currently, the city has flights to Chicago and Denver, in addition to the Houston one, which will be coming in September.
All right, Yosef, and I know you're going to take an even closer look at this coming up at 6 o'clock, so thank you. A missing 13-year-old Indiana girl has been found thanks to a traffic stop that happened here in Nebraska.
Yes, the State Patrol says they spotted the vehicle authorities believed the girl was in. After pulling the driver over, they say they found the girl hiding in the pickup. This happened near Kearney and I-80. The driver, 20-year-old Kyle Miotke of Colorado, was arrested. He's facing several charges, including kidnapping and sexual trafficking. And tonight, officials say they have proof seatbelts save lives.
Take a look at this. 2 adults and 8 children were in this minivan when they were cut off by another vehicle. Well, their van then rolled. The State Patrol says all of them were wearing seatbelts and only had minor injuries. They say this could have been much worse. This all happened on Interstate 80 near Wood River. The driver of the other vehicle was ticketed for reckless driving.
And now let's check in with Chief Meteorologist John Dessauer. John, the last couple of nights have been noisy and wet. Anything to expect tonight?
No, the only thing you're going to notice if you're out walking around outside and you're feeling a little moisture on your forehead is because of the sweat. Because the humidity is a lot higher today as compared to what it was yesterday, as dew points have climbed up into the 70s. Taking a live look right now from Honda of Lincoln off to the west-northwest. We've had mainly clear skies this afternoon. You are noticing some haze up into the sky today. We've made it to 89 degrees. That's the high temperature of the day so far in Lincoln. Warmer to the south, though. Beatrice at 91, 97 in Hebron, unofficially 101 in Fairbury, and 90 degrees in Falls City. And I mentioned the humidity change. Well, the dew points, which is just the measure of the moisture in the air, is up about 14 degrees from this time yesterday in Lincoln. So the dew point right now is a very muggly 73 degrees. It's 75 in Beatrice. So this is very tropical air. Oftentimes you'll hear the phrase air you can wear. That is definitely what we've got right now. And that's giving us a heat index about 8 degrees warmer than the actual air temperature. So it feels like it's 97 in Lincoln, feels like 102 in Beatrice, 101 in Grand Island, and 101 is what it feels like right now in Aurora. For the rest of this evening, we'll keep clear skies. Temperatures holding in the upper 80s by 6 o'clock, 87 degrees by 8, and 82 degrees by 10 o'clock tonight. We will have clear skies tonight, but we're not going to cool off terribly much because of the higher humidity. And this is just the start. Today, in fact, will be cool compared to what we've got coming our way this weekend, which could include the warmest Father's Day in over 3 decades. We'll take a closer look at that coming up in just a few minutes.
Thanks, John, and we'll make sure to check the weather before we head out tonight because guess what? It's Friday night and we're in the summer, meaning there are plenty of events going on tonight and this weekend that you should know about.
From here in Lincoln out to North Platte, let's give you some ideas of what's going on. Tonight, the Lincoln Airport is kicking off its annual outdoor movie series with The Goonies. Along with free films, the event is going to include food at 6:30 p.m. with the film starting at 9:15. The movie will be projected on the side of an old Cold War hangar, and attendees will be allowed to stay in their cars and, if they want, bring blankets and chairs to sit in the grass. For those who want to stay in their cars during the film, there is a designated area that volunteers will bring you to. Saturday from 11 to 4, everyone is welcome to celebrate Juneteenth in Trago Park here in Lincoln near 22nd and U. Juneteenth marks the termination of slavery here in the U.S. and only became a federal holiday last year. There's going to be live entertainment, food, fun for the kids, and more. Again, everyone is welcome. Star City Pride will take place in Lincoln tonight and all day tomorrow with a parade kicking off Saturday's festivities at 10 a.m. A vendor marketplace will have food and drinks from noon to 8 p.m. and the festival will end at midnight. On Sunday at noon, Longwells will host a drag brunch to end the weekend festivities. Star City Pride aims to bring together members of the LGBTQ+ community. Earlier this week, we ran a story about Shepherd's Rest Goat and Sheep Rescue. They're struggling to keep up with the rising costs of food. So to raise a little extra money, the rescue is hosting Goat Yoga Saturday from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. at Gateway Mall. It costs $20 per person, and all proceeds go directly to the nonprofit. And finally, in North Platte, Nebraska Land Days is running this weekend. This festival, first started by Nebraska Game and Parks back in 1965, celebrates the best Nebraska has to offer with rodeo events, concerts, food trucks, a car show, an art show, sport events, and so much more. You're bound to make some memories. And when we talk about fun events to go to, we can't forget about the College World Series in Omaha.
Of course we can't. And while Storms canceled some of the festivities last night, there's still plenty to do before and after the ball games. The street fair has games, food, drinks, and so much more. Game times are daily at 1 in the afternoon and 6 in the evening. The street fair opens at 11 in the morning. And while there's plenty of fun for the fans, the first teams took the field this afternoon.
That's right. Play ball, as they say. Oklahoma and Texas A&M got everything started at 1 o'clock. Channel 8's Lauren Michelson joins us live now from Omaha with more. Lauren?
Yes, you guys, we are just outside the ballpark right now where the game one just ended between the Sooners and the Aggies. Oklahoma wins this one 13-8 and just an indescribable game, indescribable play by them. They looked phenomenal, but out here, we'll look at you right now. Fans are gathering all over the place right now. Notre Dame fans are waiting to go in. Texas fans are waiting to go in for game two, while the other fans are exiting the ballpark right now to make room for the second game to start in just a few minutes. Now, this was quite the day for this ballpark. In the 11 years that College World Series games have been playing here, this has been the highest scoring game yet. Incredible day for the city, incredible day for these two teams. We'll have more coverage tonight at 6 and 10 o'clock from game two. And we'll see you out there then. For now, reporting live in Omaha, I'm Lauren Michelson, Channel 8 Sports.
All right, Lauren, we'll talk to you at 6 o'clock. Thank you for the live report. Now to the latest on the coronavirus pandemic. The FDA signing off on vaccines for American children as young as 6 months old.
Now it's on to the CDC for the final green light. Shots could go into arms next week if they're authorized for emergency use. ABC's Rena Roy has the latest.
A sigh of relief for many parents across the country, with the CDC expected to sign off on vaccines for children between 6 months and 5 years old. Emergency use authorization for the Pfizer and Moderna shots for that age group could come on Saturday, and shots could go into arms next week. The FDA signing off this week, saying both vaccines appear safe and effective despite mild symptoms like irritability and fever.
We know that many parents, caregivers, and clinicians have been anxiously awaiting today's authorizations.
Pfizer's vaccine is a 3-shot series, 1/10 the size of the adult dose. The company's early data showed it was 80% effective in preventing symptomatic COVID. Moderna's vaccine, only 2 shots, is a quarter of the size of the adult dose. Early data showed it was about 40 to 50% effective at preventing mild infections. Both generated antibody levels against the Omicron variant similar to those seen in adults.
Whatever vaccine your healthcare provider, pediatrician has, that's what I would give my child.
Moderna says it plans to launch a study in the fall in babies as young as 3 months old. They'll work on finding the right dosage for infants to see what's safest and the most effective. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
Coming up, the latest on a few Americans reportedly captured by the Russians while fighting in Ukraine, now including a 3rd American.
Those details and more right after the break.
In Ukraine, reports there are at least 3 Americans who are fighting alongside Ukrainian troops who may have been captured by Russian forces.
The State Department says it's aware of the situation while President Biden is repeating his warning to Americans to not travel to Ukraine. ABC's Jay O'Brien has more from Washington.
New images circulating on Russian media appearing to show 2 Americans who were fighting alongside Ukrainian forces now in Russian custody.
We have a contact at the State Department. He is aware of the photo and they are working to verify it.
The 2 Americans, former Army Staff Sergeant Alex Druki and former Marine Andy Quinn, went missing outside of the Ukrainian city of Kharkiv days ago. Quinn's fiance speaking with Good Morning America.
He couldn't sit idly by, he couldn't eat, he couldn't sleep, knowing that the people over there were suffering.
And now the State Department revealing it's looking into reports of a 3rd missing American who was fighting with Ukrainian troops. Concerns he may also have been captured.
Our understanding was that this individual had traveled to Ukraine to take up arms.
But as Russia's military gains ground in Ukraine's eastern Donbass region, the Biden administration repeating its warnings to Americans not to travel to the region.
There are many individuals in this country who are well-intentioned and who want to do everything they can to help the people of Ukraine. There are avenues and ways to channel that energy.
And Friday, President Biden echoing those concerns.
We don't know where they are, but I want to reiterate, Americans should not be going to Ukraine now.
On Friday, in a show of support for Ukraine in its war against Russia, the European Union recommended putting that country on a path to EU membership, but that process could take years or even decades. Jay O'Brien, ABC News, Washington.
Now, your Storm Alert Team forecast with Chief Meteorologist John Dessauer.
Not too bad of a day. Lots of sunshine around this afternoon. A lot of folks either heading home from work or heading out for the evening, maybe going out for dinner somewhere, or maybe heading out for the weekend. A lot of folks out driving around this evening. Make sure you take your sunglasses with you for both this evening as well as for this weekend, because lots of sunshine is expected. Temperatures right now, 89 officially is the high temperature in Lincoln today. This is our 3rd consecutive day with temperatures in the make that in the 80s. It's 90 degrees though at East Campus, 89 on the east side of town. Southeast Community College coming in at 88 degrees. We've got 92 degrees on the south side of town and out along Denton Road. It's currently 87. It's much warmer further to the south where it's 91 in Beatrice. Unofficially, backyard thermometer in Fairbury at 101. 97 degrees right now in Hebron, and we've got 95s coming from Hastings, Grand Island, as well as in from Kearney. And the big difference from yesterday to today, because our temperature's only up maybe 2 degrees from yesterday. Big difference today is the humidity. For that, we look at the dew point. The dew point is just the measure of the moisture in the air. And people oftentimes ask me, well, why don't you show the relative humidity? Because frankly, the relative humidity tells you nothing. It actually changes as the air temperature moves throughout the day. So that's why the dew point's a more accurate measure of the moisture, because if you'll ever notice, the relative humidity is always higher in the morning because the temperature is cooler. As we go through the day, the relative humidity starts to drop. So anytime we get a dew point over 60, it feels uncomfortable. Once we get in the upper 60s to above, that's when I like to refer to it as being muggly. And if you're walking outside today, you understand what muggly feels like. It feels like it's 102 right now in Beatrice, 100 in Friend, 101 in Aurora, and 101 is what it feels like right now in Grand Island. Satellite imagery, relatively quiet. We've had some haze in the sky today, and I think we'll probably see some haze in the sky tomorrow as well. Have some clouds developing up along the Nebraska, South Dakota state line, and that's really all there is going on around the state. So we go through the rest of the evening. Ignore the thunderstorm icons or the lightning strikes because we're not going to have any. We've got clear skies tonight. 86 degrees by 8, 82 degrees by 10 o'clock. We're not going to cool off very much. Lows will only be in the low 70s tomorrow morning, so down to 72 in Lincoln. As we go through the day tomorrow, we'll expect to see a lot of sunshine around here. By noon, temperatures already in the upper 80s and low 90s. Gives you a hint, we've got some warm temperatures coming tomorrow afternoon. As we head towards late afternoon, we're talking highs middle 90s to near 100 degrees. And when you so we're talking high of 96 in Lincoln, 97 Seward, and 97 Beatrice, near 100 out towards Grand Island and Kearney. Factor in the humidity. By 10 o'clock in the morning, it's going to feel like it's nearly 90 degrees. As you head towards noon, we're talking it's going to feel like it's in the middle to upper 90s. But look what happens early afternoon. Heat indices getting up to right around 103 in Lincoln, 100 in Beatrice, and 102 in Seward. and this is going to stick around through late afternoon and even towards the evening hours. If you've got dinner plans tomorrow evening, it can still feel like it's 93 degrees by 9 o'clock in Lincoln, and even through 10 o'clock, feeling like it's in the upper 80s. Heat advisories are in effect for areas in orange. Excessive heat watch is in effect for the areas shaded in orange, or the darker orange and red, and we can see how much of the state is under this. This is for tomorrow through Monday, and really there are 20 states impacted by heat advisories or warnings that are in effect. Now, for around here, I think the peak heat index will come on Monday, now looking like it could reach 107, maybe as high as 108, with some slight relief coming our way by Wednesday. 7-day forecast for Father's Day. This is likely going to be the warmest Father's Day in 34 years, a high temperature of 99, a heat index of 102. We will throw in a chance for an isolated shower or thunderstorm on Monday. Same story on Tuesday. Scattered showers and thunderstorms by Wednesday. Another isolated chance Thursday. The haze and heat then come back for the end of next week, and as we head towards the end of June, with temperatures back near 100 degrees perhaps by next Saturday, with a chance for an isolated thunderstorm the following day.
Just seems like kind of relatively sudden, just summer slammed into us, John.
It was the first few, or about the first week and a half of June were well below normal. We've made up for it. We're actually only running about 1 degree above normal per day so far, or to date. But yeah, the end of June is definitely looking to be much, much warmer than the beginning of the month.
All right, thank you, John. A split day on Wall Street today. The Dow was 38 points down. NASDAQ gained 152. Here are your numbers. You're watching Channel 8.
Tonight, the fallout after the
And guess what? The San Diego Zoo is introducing to the public a new aardvark.
Oh boy.
Well, meet the zoo's newest female aardvark. The cub was born May 10th and is the first aardvark cub born at the zoo in more than 35 years.
And this girl is thriving, weighing in at just over 13 pounds, which is triple her birth weight. The cub will remain in an off-view habitat with her mother for about 2 months, and that gives them time to bond. The zookeepers expect that when the mama is ready, she'll bring her cub outside to share with guests at the Africa Rocks stage there in San Diego. The little girl doesn't have a name yet, so I'm sure, probably do one of those, let
Naming
the public
contests.
decide. Yeah, a little contest. So, all right, John, final check.
Yeah, it is feeling warm outside. The humidity has definitely increased today, of dew points in the 70s. It feels like it's 97 in Lincoln, but the air temperature is in the 80s. It feels like 102 in Beatrice. So go through the rest of the evening. We'll see clear skies around the area, down to 87 by 8, still 82 degrees by 10 o'clock tonight.
Thanks, John, and thank you for joining us. World News is next, and we'll see you right back here at 6.
With the Channel 8 Eyewitness News mobile app, you'll be the first to know. Get alerts about breaking news and weather, all in the palm of your hand.
At Comfort Made Mattress Factory, we build each mattress specifically for you, right here in our locally owned store. We can even make his side different than hers, backed by our lifetime comfort guarantee.
Closed captioning on Channel 8